Welcome to Section 4, Part 2. In this section, we will cover the quality and the plans theme in PRINCE2. We begin with the quality theme first. The purpose of the quality theme is to define and implement the means by which the project will verify that products are fit for purpose, meaning that the products meet the business expectations and enable the desired benefits to be achieved. A product can also be a service, a process, a person, an organization, a system, or a resource. PRINCE2 requires systematic activities to explicitly agree the customer's quality expectations and acceptance criteria for the project product. Identify the project's products. Define the project's products in product descriptions, including the quality criteria by which they will be assessed, the quality methods to be used in designing, developing, and approving them, and the quality responsibilities of those involved. And implement and track the quality methods employed throughout the project. PRINCE2 does not prescribe any quality management approach. However, the project should describe it with relevant processes, procedures, techniques, standards, and responsibilities. There are several terms introduced here in the quality theme. We firstly note terms like customers' quality expectations and acceptance criteria. These are from the customer side. Customers' quality expectations are what the customers want. Sometimes they are subjective because the customer tries to define what they need. And then they also define the acceptance criteria, meaning on what basis they will accept the product. On the other hand, the project team with the specialists use the customer's quality expectation and the acceptance criteria to define the project's products in more detail. Sometimes these are the components of the main product. These are known as product descriptions. So while on one hand, the customer or the users define what they want overall, the specialists also try to break it down into smaller product components and define the individual components in their product descriptions. Therefore, a collection of product descriptions makes up the overall product output of a project. And that is called the project product description, not just a product description. The product descriptions, by the way, which are defined by the specialist in consultations with the user, of course, include the quality criteria. These are detailed specifications, requirements, standards. They also define the quality methods, for example, testing methods. They also define the quality responsibilities. For example, who would be the developer, the reviewer, the approver, etc., before it can be handed over to the customer or the users for acceptance. PRINCE2 does have a quality management approach, but it does not prescribe it. It is up to the project management team to define its own quality management approach, while PRINCE2 provides the general guidance and structure to it. Definition of scope. The words quality and scope can be somewhat synonymous. Let us understand clearly the difference between the two. Scope for a plan is the sum total of its products and the extent of their requirements. Meaning, the word scope means the solutions or the products which are developed in a certain project or even in a certain stage. So there are products for a stage and products for a project. And that is the scope. And the scope is defined in detail using requirements and specifications, and that is known as quality requirements. So that's the subtle difference between quality and scope. Scope is described by the product breakdown structure for the plan and associated product descriptions. Scope tolerance is the permissible deviation in scope that is allowed before the deviation needs to be escalated to the next level of management. It is documented in the form of a note or reference to the product breakdown structure. An example of a scope tolerance could be, in place of 4 product components to be created, as long as 3 are created and the 4th is optional, That is one example of tolerance. Another example of tolerance could be all the 4 products have to be created of the 4, which means there is 0 tolerance for scope. On the other hand, quality tolerance would mean some deviations allowed on individual specifications and requirements. Therefore, quality tolerances are not at the product level, but at individual requirement and specification level. We spend a little more time on the difference between the quality and scope. And also there is a close connection between the quality theme, the plans theme. Quality means the customer's requirements. These are captured in something known as a project product description. For convenience, we have labeled this as PPD acronym. The quality is also the product specifications based on the requirements. Requirements translate into product descriptions. And these product descriptions have detailed specifications. So whenever we discuss or mention requirements and specifications, it means quality aspects. Quality also means how the project and product quality would be ensured, which means certain processes and standards to be followed. Also defines quality. The quality theme focuses on this, defining the requirements, the specifications, the ways and means to ensure project and product quality. Whereas the plans theme focuses particularly on the steps for capturing the requirements and product specifications, apart from overall planning of the project. For example, step 1 could be to understand, in planning that is, to define the number of stages and the duration of the stages. Step 2 could be to define the products. And when defining the products, it is important to understand the quality theme as well. That's how the plans and the quality theme are closely connected. The meaning of scope, on the other hand, are the product deliverables, the solution, which of course are based on the requirements and specifications. And these product deliverables or solutions for the customer or user fulfill the customer's needs. So on one hand, the customer's requirements are captured in the product description through the customer's quality expectations and the acceptance criteria. And on the other hand, those are broken down into individual product specifications or product descriptions with the quality criteria and the quality methods, quality responsibilities, and so on. Which means there will be a product specification or a product description for every deliverable. And the product description is the result of integrating all the individual components of the product descriptions. For a beginner in Prince2, this can be a little bit tricky to understand, but eventually with repeated understanding and practice, it becomes easy.